I should do that. If we were unmuted yesterday,
you would have heard me scream at the
would have heard her scream, yes, and now you would have just heard her singing. Happy Formal Friday.
Hi, everybody. It's formal.
It's Formal Friday.
Formal and bougie.
Welcome to Live from Rabs, episode 41.
Over the hill.
Officially over the hill. Well, thanks for being here with us today. We are live from inside Rabs Country Lane, the one and only. And there is a winner, 205. Ding, 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 ding. You're welcome. The house always wins, though. Maybe just not today, but the house always wins. So now,
and we probably would have beat it, but I was having some technical. Go ahead, Frank. What do you got?
Liz, you want to go outside and capture what's happening out there right now? I'm gonna send you the link.
Oh, so yeah, you could
come into the stream and show us what's happening outside.
We've got some action in the parking lot today. All right, well, get up there.
It's a birthday drive-by celebration. I see balloons and cars. So they're using our lot as the staging area, which in the last week I saw a lot of these. What's today? Today's Friday. I just said that. Monday, I think it was, Sunday or Monday, I was driving home, and on the North Railroad, Noodle Plaza, I think I mentioned this, we saw cars. I saw 3 different birthday things.
Oh, that's good.
One of which was Samantha Smith, our very own Samantha Smith. I saw Fran outside holding signs and giving out signs and balloons. Yeah. So I honked, but I was going when I realized it was too fast. So happy birthday, Samantha. I'm like 99% sure it was Samantha and her family. So yeah, Liz is gonna go outside. I hope I see cars moving now, so hopefully she gets it. I don't know who it is, but I think it's fun to see these things.
Yeah, you're gonna have to carry on by yourself here for a minute.
And Naz, did you know what I did learn? That if you call, I don't know if I'm gonna get the actual details, but if you actually call the precinct, they actually have an escort that they will set up with you.
Well, that's nice.
They started a new thing. All right, so Liz is outside. Let's bring Liz in. You're gonna flip the camera. We don't have to see you because we know you're sensitive to that.
I flipped it already.
I see you. All right, so what's happening out there, Liz? Live reporting outside on assignment. Liz.
There's a whole bunch of cars out here, and it looks like they may be preparing for a birthday drive-by somewhere.
Go ask
them. No, I'm not going to ask them.
Come on.
Everybody's got balloons tied to their car.
Get closer. Go ahead. Go a little closer. Go ahead.
Here comes more people.
I want to know whose birthday it is.
All right. I guess I'll go ask somebody.
Yeah. And just for those that are watching, this was not staged.
No, we're not planning this. This is kind of...
looked outside and saw balloons. Maybe we could join them.
Everybody's running away from me. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Cover your mouth. I feel like we're sending. Jimmy Fallon sends.
We're broadcasting live from inside, so they're curious as to whose birthday you're doing a drive-by for.
It's actually my girlfriend, Mendez.
Yeah. Oh, you lost the balloon.
Oh, you lost the balloon.
She expects me to come pick her up fast food.
All right. So yeah, they're just being nosy inside, so they wanted to know what you guys were doing. Okay, awesome. Say happy birthday from us, too. Rabs Country Lanes from inside. My name is Liz, Frankie, and Nez.
Happy birthday!
Whose birthday, Liz? What's their name?
Awesome. Thank you. All right, you guys satisfied? You want me to watch as they pull out?
Whose birthday is it? What was the name?
Amanda. She lives down the block. They don't bowl here.
Well, we're going to wish Amanda
happy birthday anyway.
Happy birthday, Amanda. Whoever Amanda might be. I hope Amanda has a great day and is enjoying every bit of that drive-by.
And I'm glad we can be a little part of that.
She's expecting her boyfriend to pick her up to take her out for some fast food.
Oh.
That's how he's getting her out of the house.
All right. Well, thanks for checking that out for us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're gonna let you go. We'll see you inside.
Okay, bye.
We know how much Liz do. Like
She did a good job. She did a good job.
Who's the dude on Jimmy Fallon, the little Spanish guy that does it? Is it that does all the crazy things?
I don't think that's on Fallon. I
Fallon?
think that's on 7. I think that's on
Kimmel.
Jimmy
Kimmel. On
Yeah.
Kimmel. He sends the little guy out.
Yes.
Roberto. Is it? He's Roberto. or
Yeah, something like that.
He does some funny things.
Yeah.
We just did that with.
We just did that with Liz.
Well, for those who are just joining, welcome. Happy Formal Friday, episode 41, day 46 of the quarantine. It started out as a real nice day, Naz.
It's been back, at least up by my area, it's been back and forth. It was rainy and nasty, and then the sun came out, and right now it looks like maybe it's a little cloudy again. But it's raining now. All right. Well,
look at that. Oh, Guillermo. Yes, Lois. Thank cousin Lois. Guillermo is yes. We were just saying you pulled a Guillermo. Jimmy Kimmel. We sent him out. They sent him out to do things. I left the house. I put a jacket on because I knew it was going to be rainy and crappy out.
Yeah.
And then I got out. I took the jacket off. I was like, great.
Yeah. Actually, the sun was shining brightly. And then I went inside and I did a couple things and I came out and looked in through my back window and it was gloomy again. But listen, they said we need the rain. So, let's hope that this rain helps us through this. And we're going to have a great weekend, though.
You said it yesterday that we need the rain. I don't understand. It's rained. We've had bowling weather for the last 4 weeks. It's rained. It's been cold. I don't understand that. There's been plenty of rain.
So we are at a deficit of 25 to 50% of rain.
Did Sam Champion tell you that?
No, it wasn't Sam. It was somebody else.
Lee Goldberg.
Whoever it was, they were very. It was probably the Weather Channel. But I think what gets factored into that is that we had no snow this year.
Right, we had a very mild winter.
Very mild winter. So so I guess that all of that moisture all figures into life. So that's where we are.
This weather is killing us. We've had people
not
bowling.
Good for my sinuses for sure.
No. What we talked about yesterday, though, Tuesday is the day it always rains. It's
Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday, but specifically Tuesday. I go to the dry cleaner. Every time I get out, it's always raining on a Tuesday.
Sorry.
I kind of have that joke with some people. I see them on Tuesday. It's raining. Oh, ha, ha. No. Today,
change your dry cleaning day.
I had to run to the bank for something, which is just crazy. Another story for another day. I didn't take my jacket because it was nice out.
Right.
I got in the car. I got down to the light. Boom. Monsoon.
Oh, she's probably
Okay, she's probably talking to Michael. Michael said that him and Jimmy went outside to go cut some wood because it was nice out. As soon as they started,
it started raining.
Boom! It came the clouds. So maybe they're to blame today.
Maybe it's them.
Well, it looks like Amanda's. They're gone.
Party has started.
Party started,
awesome.
and off they go. So happy birthday, Amanda! I was gonna say it's May 1st, Naz, but is it May 1st or is it March 63rd?
It's May 1st. Time is moving on, and we have to, this is the way things are going to be for a while. Okay. So we have to make our adjustments and like I said yesterday, we have to be hunters, right? Didn't I say that yesterday?
Yes, you did.
I became a hunter for food and whatever I was looking for, produce. We have to adapt.
Please don't turn into like the hunters or crazy animals in the supermarket.
Comes in tomorrow with like
war paint.
War paint. And that's not channeling like the sun and being a baseball player. You know what? We'll show the meme of since we're talking about the day, we might as well share the meme of the day. And so Jumanji fans are gonna get this one. Naz, read the
congratulations! You successfully made it to the end of April. Welcome to level 5 of Jumanji, which I have not seen, but it is on my list to watch when we go home.
I love it. So again, we made it to the end of April.
We need a nice, lighthearted movie to watch.
But I still think it's March. It's March 6th. I think I counted right.
Move on,
Frank.
63rd. Move on.
It's like those. All right, Naz, you ready? We're gonna just for a moment. Go take it to TikTok for a moment. You see those TikToks where they're doing January, February.
Oh,
March,
and it's this March.
March.
Yes. Very funny. Very funny. And we won't talk anymore about TikTok, I promise.
No,
I won't bring it up.
And if you're weather like this, we were just talking with Melissa, and Melissa's going to join us today. So we have Dr. Dean and Melissa, our very own, are going to pop in. And she was wearing a mask, and she was just talking about, like, especially weather like this, if your mask's not too tight enough, your glasses fog up.
Even if it is, because my mask bends pretty good in here, and my glasses still get fogged up. Somebody said, and I want somebody to test this, to take your glasses and wash them or rinse them with shaving cream. That's what I heard.
Rinse.
So you let us know if that works. Wash them with shaving cream.
Wash your
and then
glasses.
rinse it
Really?
off.
Shaving cream. You know, it's funny, like those at-home things. Like that's one of those odd things.
It's one of those things. Life hack.
And it creates a film on the.
Maybe.
Should I use it on the mirror in my shower too? Should I
try it? Try it out.
Shaving cream.
Somebody's got to come on. There's a bunch of you there, and I know you're all willing to try something. Try it out.
The only one I have seen that I think does work is by putting a piece of tape over that, so right under the brim, so that it doesn't.
Right. Well,
anybody wearing that's actually
nice
going out
duct tape on there. Duct tape on there.
You'll be giving yourself a facial.
Sports strips to a whole new level.
Oh
yeah.
And we've also been sharing with you some old photos in celebration of our 25th anniversary here at Rabs. And I got a good photo. Again, Naz, I didn't share this one with you first because I just pulled this, but I think
you love
it's great.
to surprise me with the photos.
I do. So we love our team here at Rabs. And these two people are missed greatly. But we talk about people all the time. And we were talking about Milton, and he certainly is a ghost here. And if anybody remembers good old Lillian. So there's a photo of Milton and Lillian. This, I think, is the grand opening celebration.
Yes, I think it was the grand opening.
November of 95.
They are missed. I mean, two true original characters. Yeah.
Two who certainly are missed.
Yeah.
Brought different lights to Rab's Country Lane.
Check out Milton's outfit.
I love that. Listen, that was his formal.
Man.
He had some good outfits.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man.
And now we have it. Officially singing.
Now you're
guys.
singing.
Okay.
This is crazy. This is nice. You know what?
What?
You should submit for Rab's Got Talent.
I told you I will only do lip syncing. I don't sing. I just.
So hey, on Facebook, remember our first couple of episodes? We tried music. We got bumped off, and we're trying to figure this out. We've got a way that we can use music. We finally figured that out. But now Facebook is currently testing a new way of utilizing copyrighted music, and you have to. It's only for lip syncing. So if you play the music, you actually have to be somewhat like lip syncing, saying like for entertainment purposes. The DJs are kind of getting away with it because they're saying for entertainment only, and they're
right.
Not
I was
doing more.
wondering how they were getting away with it,
but they're getting knocked in and out too.
Yeah.
But there's a thing. It's called Facebook Music for broadcasting, and lip syncing is a thing they're testing.
Well, it makes it's like anything else. You have to adapt to what's going on. I mean, Facebook obviously wants to remain current and up to date. So, they're going to adapt. There's another word I'm thinking of. I can't think of it.
I hope that maybe the TikTok thing has, because now people post their TikToks.
Inspired them, yeah.
And so even there were lots of issues with considered copyright music there. You never know. Naz can sing. John, do you know that personally that Naz can sing? Because I can tell you, I do listen to her sing sometimes in the office, and I'm not saying she can sing.
He knows
whether it's
I
good
can't
or
sing.
bad is
Not
a
well.
different.
Not well.
Right. I mean, I can't sing either.
But you know
I
what?
can sing,
I like to do it. So
I'm a car singer, Naz. I love to blast the music.
I told you when I
was
was painting the pro shop the other day, I was singing at the top of my lungs.
And I might have to ask Dr. Dean if that's like what the psychology behind that. Like sitting in the car, and of course you're singing, and you don't care. You don't care if anybody looks at you.
Well, because you're not exposed. When you're in your car, you're by yourself. You're not vulnerable and exposed to other people. When you sing in front of other people, it's almost like you're inviting. In your head, you're inviting criticism.
It's true. And
people are very sensitive about it.
Well, then why do we ask Dr. Dean here? I should just
He's
ask
right
Dr.
there.
Nazar.
Why am I talking about it? We got an expert here.
So, hey, our show today, our expert, sports psychologist, Dr. Dean. Hey, Dr. Dean, welcome to the party.
Hey.
Hi, Doc.
Good morning for me still, but good afternoon for you.
Yeah, good morning. You are in the beautiful state of Nevada, is that right?
Yeah, plenty of sun here right now. We're not having bowling weather.
So how do you officially say Nevada?
We say Nevada.
Yeah.
Nevada.
I saw a bumper sticker that somebody posted today, and it's not Nevada, it's Nevada.
That was famously, politicians come here to stump for office, and they always pronounce it wrong. And if they say it right, they get the votes.
There it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good to
That's
know.
good to know.
That's good to know, especially in this climate. Maybe we should go run for office in
Yeah. We don't
Las
talk
Vegas.
politics on this show.
All right.
That
I'll
agreement.
stay off it.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're excited to have you with us today. But I have to ask you first, how are you holding up? How are things in your household?
Well, I don't know if I should be embarrassed to say it, but it's sort of my approach to the mental game in all things, which is what are the opportunities here? And so it's been a time of sort of redesign and revisioning for me. Have had to figure out some creative ways to, much like being with you today, normally would be out maybe speaking or giving a workshop someplace, but we're doing it this way now. And so I found it to be a time of reinvention. I'd say, holding up okay. Maybe more than. It's, as I often say, what works in bowling works, it works everywhere. We have to question it. And in life's terms, the oil has moved. The pattern has changed. So what's the shot now? And the question is always that. What is the shot now? And it's been like that. I think it's been like that for me, actually.
Yeah, I honestly think I agree with you that it's while there are things that are changed, and if you can get past that comfortableness, that it is an opportunity to push into actually taking the time, and the fact that you have the time to plan and rethink it, I think is almost like a bonus.
Yes.
I called it at the beginning. People were laughing at me. I said, this is like God's reset button.
It is a reset button. And if, for any of your listeners who are really up to something, if you plan to become the next version of yourself, whether it's athletically or mentally or your character, don't plan to do it comfortably. Good to great is never comfortable. It's just the house rules, plan on being uncomfortable in some way. And once you get that, like when you get that, it's strangely not as uncomfortable. But if you think you're supposed to feel your normal and to feel your usual self and go to the next place, then it's going to be a tough ride.
Yeah.
It's almost like is it a reset button, right? So reset button. At the same time, we're going to come out of this retrained, right? So our consumer is going to have is retrained after being in their house, or if they're going out and experiencing what's happening out there.
Yeah. Like
that's how I'm looking at it. So it's like they're going to walk into this bowling center and we're going to assume that they're the same consumer, but they're really not.
Yeah.
Because of this, right? So that reset button has been pressed. But what does that look like for the masses?
Right. And whether you're an athlete wanting to say what's next for me, or whether you're a business owner, it's really going to be the sort of the Steve Jobs Apple model of what is my great product going to look like, and what's my next? Because reset, really, it isn't let me reset to my old self.
Correct.
Right.
It's re-opportunity. Like, what am I going to be? What am I going to become here? As I say, what is the shot? In some form of visualization, I want to be in play on every shot. In some form of visualization, I want to be in play in terms of the mental game of who am I becoming as well.
Right.
So we were just talking about singing, and so we our superstar coach Melissa is with us.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi.
Shall we sing again?
So exactly that. She wrote in the private chat that, and she tells the story because she's a fan after going to Wichita, and she says, "Well, Dr. Dean made me sing." So Melissa, you want to sing for us?
Oh, absolutely not. I am a terrible singer. But I definitely sang in front of like 60 people, and it belted my heart out, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And why? what was the what,
So explain that exercise.
yeah.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead, Melissa.
Oh, it's about getting out of your comfort zone and just zoning in.
And if I could accent that, and I really want to give some props to Melissa too, because when we worked together, she wasn't there to be her old self. Like again, good to great. And the issue is, could I dial in so much, and could I be fully expressive, or could she, with people watching, with the fear of evaluation, the fear of what if I'm not good enough, all of that, just could I reach in and, like any great artist in anything, can I express myself independently of having my mind wonder what everyone's thinking? And when you can do that in anything in life, you can throw great shots. And to her credit, she just said, I'm up to being world class. I'm going to do something that is way not who I thought I was. It turns out she can sing too, just so you know.
What did you sing, Melissa?
Journey.
Shot.
What? Yeah, right. What was the name of the song? I don't remember.
So we're gonna have to do a staff exercise.
Was it Don't Stop Believing?
Oh yes, you are right. Don't Stop Believing.
There you have it.
Yes, thank you.
You made an impression on Dr. Dean. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Right. That was a good thing.
And Melissa, from your experience, and I want you to share this with the group because I don't want anybody to assume. So you were at Wichita State when you had the opportunity to hear and meet Dr. Dean. So as an athlete, what's that experience like, having someone like Dr. Dean come in and speak with you and the team?
So there are ed sessions that we see different speakers. And the first 2 years I was only on the developmental team. So I only heard him speak in the group. But my other 2 years, my junior and senior year, I was on the team. And it is all about bonding with the team, getting to know each other. And it's mentally amazing and draining at the same time. If that makes any sense.
Well, yeah. We are in those situations. We're in a small, very private setting. And I asked for permission to push the athletes hard in terms of transformation, in terms of how they see themselves and how they see themselves with each other. And again, to Melissa's credit, she plays wholeheartedly. I want teammates to feel, I don't want them burning one single calorie worried about or concerned about how their teammates question them or think about them. I want teammates to be confident in what the others are thinking about them. And I want players to be able to take everything they've got and in the moment of their delivery to focus on their expression. Like, what am I delivering? And so we work on that in some pretty creative ways. And as Melissa said, it can be, by the end of the day, there's some energy expended in that whole thing and some risk.
Lots of tears.
And some tears. Sometimes.
I'm not sure I believe that.
What?
You can believe it.
Melissa, you had a question for Dr. Dean, and I think it's a great question, especially for the time frame that we're in. And so Melissa works with all of our kids and is the head coach of our team Gold. So I believe it's relative to working with those kids. So go ahead, Melissa.
Go ahead, Mel.
So a lot of our kids are super disappointed because they're not going to junior gold now. What is some advice for them to keep them going, and maybe, the ones that are in like a little rut, like how do they get out of that, and how do they, get forward and move forward out of this and hopefully get prepared for next year and not get too down on themselves?
Right. I think there's a couple of things. It's a super important question because as disappointed as I am that junior gold isn't occurring, and then there's some clinics that I do right around that time as well. We've got the Turbo Collegiate Expo, some other things. For a kid who that's their trip to the Olympics this year, and the letdown on that is significant. I think for so many kids and so many families. Harder perhaps for those who are in their last year, where like that was my junior goal. So that would be a different. For the others, particularly you and your youth program, I would say two things. One is to design anything you can in your bowling center or bowling centers that smack of some kind of junior championship, for them to take what they've, most people's skills have declined a little bit. But if you can set up something in the spring or the summer or late summer and say, we're going to do our own, so they have something to test themselves and something to replicate the experience. It's sort of like, people ask me if I take kind of a parallel question. Oh, you're a big commitment guy and you're big on this mental game. And if anybody, is committed enough, can they make Team USA? I hate to say it. It's like, no, not everybody can. Like if you're committed enough, not everybody can make the Olympics. But what you can do is you can have the experience that Olympians have, and you can have the experience that Team USAers have. We can create an environment, a competition environment. We can test you. We can put you up there. We can see what you've got. And so we're going to recreate an experience to point towards. So in all of our centers and with junior programs, I would strongly recommend that. And two, particularly for someone who's in your position, Melissa, where you've got so many kids with these aspirations, to have some sense that, okay, we're going to see where you are, and we're going to take another step. There are other. I've worked with a lot of sports, as you know, and I've known of some Olympic gymnasts who their coaches say, we're not even going to go to the USA trials until you really got something. And so we'll look at our players, our young players, and go, I'll tell you what, we've got another year to really, before we unveil. We're going to do some short-term things now. I'm going to test you. I'm going to evaluate you now. So you're going to take some measures. Here's where I see you now. Here's where I want you to be in a month. So they have some sense. I'm being looked at. I'm being evaluated. I'm on my path. So what we don't want is the event to be canceled and go, the path just ended.
Right.
It's like, no. Just that way station, at that particular oasis, that one's wiped out. We're going to look at you. We're going to measure some things. We're going to look at some goals. I'm doing a webinar next week. It'll involve some goal setting. But for each one of these kids, if you want to light them up, they've got to have something that they're looking at that's just past their grasp, in terms of what's going to happen with their game, and whether it's accuracy, revolutions, form, power, whatever you want to look at. We're going, the idea, we're still going someplace. Just not going to that one place we said we were going, at least this year.
Thank you.
That's I love that idea. I already have a plan in my head.
It's going to be the social distancing championships.
Well, yeah, we're competing right now.
There are a couple of questions from our viewers. So specifically, I'm going to stick with the kids for the moment, but then there's another really good one here. So from a parent of one of our bowlers, right? How do you toughen up a 15-year-old boy who can bowl, but certainly likes to be the mayor out on the lanes? And Melissa, you know where this is from and what we're talking about. I don't think it necessarily means toughen up. It means toughen him up, but also get him focused at the same time, because he's got talent. He's got talent, but wants to be.
Okay, well, let me give you the overall idea here, if not the technology. And you'd want a kid like that to say there are parts of you, and you could even name them. You've got the mayor part. You're friendly, you're social, you're encouraging, you take care of other people, you have fun with people. You've got the mayor part, and then you have the part that's a fierce competitor, or whoever they model themselves after, whatever they think.
He is competitive. Yeah.
And so you say, we've got these two parts. Can you feel when you're shifting into one or the other? And I don't want you to play or to bowl or practice or compete. You've got a ball in your hand. We're going to shift into the whatever you name that. Okay? And so people can't change anything in their game so they can feel the difference between the old way and the new way, or they can feel the distinction between ways of being. And I want them to be able to articulate, to see, to be mindful. I'm in my mayor part. I'm in my fierce champion part.
Right.
And start to develop some control over shifting that, and to never pick up a ball if you're in mayor part. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. That's
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right, easier said than done.
Because I don't
sometimes, right?
think I don't think you want to tamp down any part of his, especially if that's essentially who he is. I think that that's a good part of him. So I like the idea of working with both.
We are essentially all kinds of things. If I said to you, you know, hey Naz, are you a doctor? And you go, well, no. And I go, wait a minute. One of these kids fell down, tripped over a ball, skinned their knee, and was crying on the carpet. What would you be? And you'd go, well, I'd be a doctor right then. I'd kneel down, I'd put a hand on their arm. I'd say, hey, where's it hurt? We're going to be okay. And you'd look exactly like a pediatrician. And you go, oh, that's your pediatrician part. And then there's the part that has a bowling ball in her hand. And there's the part that's a mom, and a part that's a wife or something. And if we start looking at it, we go, just like your body has all kinds of parts, the part I put energy into, the part I focus on that has energy that gets developed. And so we'll say to this kid, I don't know who it is, you've got a couple of true parts of your personality. You really are the mayor. You really are a fierce competitor. You really are some other things. And what we focus on, we give energy to, and we start getting practiced at being able to shift into the part that's demanded in that situation.
That's great. That's great.
So here's another question, and this one's from, now this person is also a mayor of the bowling center, but on one of our senior bowlers. So what can an older person, these are not my words, what can an older person do to mentally prepare to re-enter the new normal that we talked about? So,
well, it's interesting. Give me 2 seconds, because I'm struck by this question. One of the things I like to tell people who are older in years is you want to be careful about not letting old people into your own body. And just as I've talked about, you can pick parts. People get this idea, oh, you know, now I'm 60, 70, 80. The creative part is gone, or the vivacious part is gone. The vitality part is gone. I'm like, no, you're going to choose that? I'm like, what do we want to prepare for the new normal? The new normal means I'm going to come back. I haven't rolled a ball for a while, but I don't care if you're 18 or 80 or 8. As an athlete, and I'm defining all of us as athletes. It's why I bowl. I did other sports when I was younger. What I'm in love with about bowling is what I felt like as a collegiate gymnast, other than my life's typically not at stake when I'm rolling a ball. I get to feel again when I'm on the lane, which is I get to experience balance, timing, dealing with pressure, dealing with feeling like something matters. And so I don't care where you are, that gets to come back. But as an athlete, you only have 3 things you can sort of attend to. You can take care of your body. And so whatever you do for stretching, working out, all that stuff, it's your own deal. You can take care of your skill set, your craft. So anyone who's coming back as an older player, make sure you can come back. So whatever, if you stretch 90 seconds a day, it's 900% better than if you did nothing. I don't want people to come back into injuries. There are different skill things that people can do. You can go to all kinds of places like Turbo or Kegel Training Center website. You'll get free at-home drills. Work on your skill set so that you're excited when you come back. I worked on this thing. I rolled a ball onto my couch or whatever it is. Like I said, the Kegel site has some wonderful things for you on there. And then you can work on your mental game. That's it as an athlete. I've got my body, I've got my skill set, and I've got my mental game. And if you're tuned into the show, you're working on your mental game right now. I don't want, this isn't intended to be a big plug for my book. I've got my book out, Bowling Psychology. You can get it fairly inexpensively in a lot of places online. That particular book has a chapter on all kinds of different aspects of the mental game, and you just flip out. You don't even have to cover. Do I want to work on my pre-shot routine? Do I want to work on my championship mindset? But don't plan on going back to the center as who you were. It's like we talked about before. Whether it's physically, whether it's skill set, whether it's mentally, what am I going to try out? Prepare to have something new happen. I think it can be better than when you left. Could be.
Yeah. I can listen to him talk all day, so he could just keep talking.
It's better than the advice that somebody threw in there and said drink heavy. I mean, sure, but that doesn't fix the problem.
Rarely.
Yeah. So, and here's another good question. And I think it goes for a coach and a parent. It goes for anybody. And I think athletes take information very differently from their parents versus their coach, right? And so the question here is, hey, I want to help my niece get her mental game together, so to speak, but without her think I'm picking on her. So, whether it's your uncle or your parent, I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to help you. But what are the tactics that a parent can use that maybe would go a little bit help them get that message across?
Ask your question again. I'm getting some other sound from someplace. So your question was garbled a little. Okay, go ahead and ask it again.
I muted Melissa. I think it's coming from the background there.
Okay.
So specifically, hey, how do you suggest a parent giving advice to help their athlete on their mental game? Now, if I asked that question, now I can't even pose it right.
All right. So what he's asking is, how can we help a parent communicate, whether it's mental game or physical game, better to their athlete? Because sometimes when a message comes from a parent, it kind of comes across as a correction or a criticism.
Frequently it comes off like that. So are you asking for that question for now while somebody's not even bowling, or when they're on the lanes competing or practicing?
What do when they're on the lanes first?
Okay. A couple of things that parents could and should do. One is, before you get there, have some agreement about the kind of feedback that you're going to give or not. It's like, when we played, if you're going to practice, when we practice today, I might see one or two things, and I just want to tell you ahead of time, I'd like to make a comment about that, so that the stage is set, that there's some permission, some frame for it. In the heat of competition, as you said, feedback is often just experienced as criticism. It's rare that you almost never, whenever you've seen a kid turn to their parent after the parent said something like, hey, you got to focus. No kid turns around and goes, thank you for that. I just wasn't even aware. Mom, you're the best. I'd get some agreement ahead for the nature of the kind of contact you're going to have, and then stick to it. And with kids, what works really nicely is to say, can I comment on something? Or I'm seeing something. Can I comment?
Right. So you're asking the permission to come in.
For any of us, if somebody just opens the front door and comes in and says, hey, I'm here, and some suggestions about what you should make for dinner, all we want to do is like shove them out the door.
Yeah.
But if someone knocks on the door and goes, hey, I'm here, could I come in? If we open the door, we're open. But if the door gets barged, we start trying to bar it.
Right. And
when we have agreements about communication, we open to them. All right. The other thing is this, and with kids, just super, super important. You got to lead with something they're doing well, so they don't brace right off the bat. Yep. If my leading comment is critical, it feels like I'm coming in with a blow dart right away. and any kid just sort of starts to do, their eyelids will flutter. But if you start with, I love how you're posting that shot a lot. If I can comment on this, I think we might be on the wrong part of the lane. Or I love your intensity. You're like, this matters to you, and that's the most important thing. Feels like your anger is getting in the way of you sort of showing up for your shots. Your intensity is awesome. We got to harness this thing like a new puppy, get it under control.
Okay, so I have another question from a guest, and I think this is part of what you just covered. Is how do you get someone to trust your process? But I think that, again, that you touched on it, is asking permission. And so how else would you go about that?
So to trust, Just a little clarification. What kind of process?
Okay, so I would say like a coaching process. As a coach, getting your athlete to really buy into what you're trying to tell them.
For starters, this is a cool question. I don't know that I've ever been asked this particular one before. If you were getting on an airplane and you walk past the cockpit, there's the pilots, there's a flight crew. They have a demeanor for starters that lets you know whether or not you want to get on the plane.
But in some cases, you don't have a choice, right? At that point, you've committed to getting on the plane.
If I'm getting on the plane and they're looking nervous, I'm nervous. Right. If they look, I know this happens in Reno sometimes because I'm right by the mountains. Sometimes there's some weather. I want to know that they look like just their demeanor. They're the pilots of the craft. They're the flight crew. I've got this. I've been here before. I've studied this. I know what I'm doing. If I ask my pilot, like, are we gonna make it to Detroit? The pilot's like, well, I like our chances. I think we probably will. I am getting off the plane. Okay. I want to know that they know what they're doing. And any of our coaches, people helping youth, by and large, they do. And so, but if you start getting upset, scale of 1 to 10, your affect states start going above a 6 because you're frustrated or you're trying to hammer something home. It's unsettling. It would be like having your pilot be upset on the intercom. We got some turbulence. We're going to go through it. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. We'll be fine in about 17 minutes here. It's like, oh, okay, I can do anything for 17 minutes. It is a way of being just for starters. But secondly, that said, for most people, the truth is based on results, like what we see, what's right in our experience. When we get paid off somewhere close in there, we're like, yeah, this is working. And the problem with a lot of coaching is the payoff. Oh, let's work on this. And the payoff is in pin count, payoff. It's like, no. We always talk about process versus results. And I want to hit this home. Everything is results. But if I'm working on thumb timing, or if I'm working on balance on the line, or I'm looking at pushing away on time, and I have a process, okay, we're going to focus on this, and we're going to say, this is the most important thing right now. As soon as they push a little more on time than they were before, I'm like, that's it. No, that's it. And they're like, well, the ball went in the gutter. It's like, we're not working on that part. You pushed like that was hand and foot. Or we're working on thumb timing, and they're a little bit on it a little bit, and you as a coach start going, that was it. That was it. And they're like, I just left a big 4. Oh, that. We're not doing that right now. We were doing thumb timing. Right. And so the process is a series of small results, and coaches have to get good at picking it and getting kids to focus on the result that's right here next to them instead of the other one.
Yeah, and I find that's as each generation goes along, it gets harder and harder to get that message across, because I just feel like there's that immediate satisfaction that they need to see, that it gets harder to instill that kind of work ethic a little bit.
The satisfaction has to be sincere from the coach. Like, that was it. Yeah. You were solid. I asked, what I wanted you to do is stay solid in stance till the ball was off the back of the deck, and you did it. That's exactly what we want.
Right.
And the coach's enthusiasm, this kid is going to go, that was it? Oh, that was it. Payoff is there. The payoff on the pins, the payoff is there.
Right. Great.
We all want to celebrate that payoff, right?
Yeah.
So during this time, we got a lot of free time. So your book, Bowling Psychology, right? You have other recommended reading for an athlete of any age during this time to probably take advantage of. Hey, go read this, and by the time you get on the lanes, you might have a different perspective. What would you recommend reading wise?
Oh my gosh! So reading wise, let me say this too. If it's okay to do this, I'm doing a webinar next week on constructing a world-class mental game, and And so this is a time for, I'm not the only one doing things like this, to say, I'm going to further myself. And so I'll be doing that next week. There's some other things like that. In terms of reading, you mentioned my book, and thank you for that. I'm trying to think what else I would sort of recommend. There's an old book. It's still in play. You'd have to change the language. It was written like in the 1970s, called The Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Galway. And he really talks about dialing into a deeper competition state. And so if I were going to read something that was outside of our sport, that might be one of the first books I recommend. Melissa, you're nodding your head. Had you read that as well?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
So that's a nice reading resource to go through. Bowlingthismonth.com. It used to come out and be delivered to us. They went totally digital. So btm.com has excellent coaches, excellent articles online. And some of them are free, and it's a really inexpensive place to dial in. It costs you about nothing to go to btm.com. And every now and then I'll write an article for them still, but the coaching that they have in there is still top grade. So that'd be a place you can go today.
Yeah, they were. And if BTM was one of the first, really the only, the best, first only. It's all of the above. Technical,
yes,
yeah,
technical.
Yeah.
So much great information. I mean, you have to know what you can take in. I think there's so much that you want to dive into all of it. And I will say they were one of the first to truly embrace the online platform for subscription based. And I would tell anybody that is a great resource. Bowler's Journal does a good job at the bowl reviews and stuff, and some technical. But I mean,
it's not to the degree.
No, it's a lot of good tech. So that's a thank you for sharing that. I also shared the link for the registration in the comments. So a little bit about the seminar that you're doing. So it's May 7th, I think.
Yep, next Thursday, and then it's going to be a 3-part series. And we'll do it like a seminar every 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
So, and I highly recommend. And even if, in addition to this seminar, you can go onto YouTube and catch you talking about not just bowling. I mean, I've watched talks that you've done on so many different topics, and how everything really ties back to the same messages that. Yeah, and you can go to YouTube and just Google Dr. Dean Hinitz, and you can find it all. It's great.
Thank you. There's new stuff coming out, and we're doing some new things now. You asked what I'm doing with this time. Much as we talked about, I don't want to just recreate what's been done. There, just as we have new bowling balls, we've got new oil patterns. There's still newer mental game stuff to unearth, and we're cracking that out. Yeah, soon. Now.
Tis the time and the best opportunity for anybody, right? To go take in. And I think could you share a caution? Because I think there's some caution there too. You could take in so much information, but what would you caution someone of taking too much information, or having the ability to even separate it, right? Because you have fact, opinion, and I'm talking in this space. What would you recommend to someone if they're looking for anything without going too far?
You want to make sure, it'd be like you're saying, if you're going to the buffet, you make sure that you put about enough on your plate that you can consume and you can digest and you can metabolize. You don't keep adding food. All you have then is bad results in all kinds of ways. It is sort of reach, dial in, grab some things, sit with it. Really, the mother of skill development and the mother of growth is repetition of new things. And so, let me try this in. And when I find something that I'm reading that I like, I read it and I reread it. When I find a podcast or a video, I want to, like I say, I want to metabolize it. Let me go over this repeatedly. And as you said, really astutely, don't keep grabbing for more food to put on your plate till you've sort of got the piece that you got.
Yeah, as Americans, it's
consumption.
It's consumption. It's a habit, right? And sometimes it's not a good habit. And many that overconsume would tell you, "Oh yeah, I'll take it all in," but you can't. So that's a good point. It's almost set a goal, right? So what is the goal? and how do you want to get there?
You know, the difference between the master's path and the amateur's path is the master will take the next piece and work it over 50 times and then grab the next piece. And the amateur gets 50 things and then does them once, you know.
Hey, Melissa, before we let Dr. Dean go, and you guys appreciate your time, do you have any other questions for Dr. Dean or something else you want to share with us?
Oh, no, but everyone should listen to him, read his books. He's amazing.
Thank you, Melissa.
And Dr. Dean, we're going to have to get you out here to do something with our kids. I think they'd be a great opportunity.
I would love to. What a treat that would be. Thank you.
Hey, we really appreciate. Do you have anything else for?
Yeah,
Dr.
I have
Dean?
like 100 more questions.
Nazareth, this isn't a personal session. I'm sure he could help you with a personal session. It's like, and she might even need a psychiatrist. I do too. We all need psychologists and psychiatrists in this world. You know, it's funny. I want to, before you have a question, I know. You talked about being a doctor, right? I will tell you, in this business, Naz and I are doctors in so many different ways.
God.
I just wanted to ask a little bit about your experience working with like the collegiate teams and Team USA, and what makes that so special?
You know, working with Team USA, I particularly enjoy working with the youth team because the kids that make it have that. They haven't. I hate to say it. It's a different thing when you've been out on tour for a while or something like that. When you first make it in a place like Melissa's collegiate program or Team USA, that sense of I'm playing for something. It almost sounds corny, but when your identification is we're in this lifeboat together, we're doing this. We have each other's backs. My strokes on the oar matter, and I have some pride in what I'm identifying with, and I feel special about being here. That's special for me, and that those groups that are wanting, as Melissa said, we're bonding together. We're up to something. We're in this thing, and my experience of Team USA has been that. I've been working more recently with Team Peru, who they're saying we want to change our identity. We want to change who we are in the world. We're up to something. We're going somewhere. These are the projects that I'm in love with as well.
Okay, there you go. I'll stop.
No, you can keep going. I mean, now for the sake of time.
People have other things to do.
Yeah. So a couple of things there. So the book is Bowling Psychology. For those that are interested,
Highly recommended. I've read it about 10 times.
We do have a copy here in the office. Yep. We might have multiple copies.
We do. I lend them out.
I haven't read it. I have. You have made me read a piece of it at one point, and so I do need to go back and I need to read it. Available. I know it's available on Amazon. Is it through your website, drdeanhinitz.com?
No, I don't sell the book. Actually, I don't carry it. Of all things, you could go on Amazon. You could go on eBay. You could go to bowlersparadise.com. Actually, Turbo Grips, turbo.com carries this as well. That's a good place to go. They always have them in stock. Cool. Turbo would be good.
Awesome. And then I dropped the link in here, but check out the website. He's got the webinar coming up next week. If you want to get some more Dr. Dean, you can never have enough.
And if you go to that site, I think on my website it's posted again because it was taken down somehow. Or if you go to kegeltrainingcenter.com, we did a webinar on dealing with change, and they posted that one for free, and it's still available on that site too.
Yes, that was very good. Very good.
Well, Dr. Dean, really, thank you so much.
And also, for anybody that wants to know, we had an author on the other day, Rob Hart, and he had suggested bookshop.org that donates part of the proceeds of the books that they sell back to independent bookshops. And your book is available there.
Oh,
so
great.
if you're looking for that book, bookshop.org, and give back to those little indie bookshops.
Well, thank you. For all of that, but also just hanging out together. This has been a spirited hour we've had, and on my favorite things, which is all this sort of transformation of who we get to be. So I appreciate you having me as a guest a ton. Thank you.
This has been the tip of the. I've seen you spirited.
You have, yes.
Quiet version, but wonderful nonetheless. Wonderful.
Well, plus, he's in the comfort of his own home.
Yes.
Right.
So, really, thank you so much, Melissa. Don't go anywhere. But Dr. Dean, you can you go back to your family, go enjoy. We really appreciate you dropping in with us.
Thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Right. Take care.
Absolutely. Be still, my heart.
It's funny. We could be going to Reno right now. We'd be bowling in the championship. We'd be in Vegas. It is what it is. Melissa,
Yes.
you've heard Dr. Dean a few times, and you always tell the kids, go look him up, go check this out. And I mean, if anybody's watching, he's a wealth of knowledge, and his demeanor and the way that he delivers that, and that's again to your point. That's not as spirited as he usually is.
He called it spirited.
Yeah.
We've seen him spirited.
Yes.
He just is. He's a tremendous presenter. He gets his point across, and I'm able to use what I've learned, and I'm sure Melissa, you have too, being able to carry that over into every area of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Just
For sure.
coping skills and getting through life. And so I'm
super fan. If she could have brought the book over and he could have autographed it to the camera. We'll have to, but we will. It was mentioned here in the chat. But we'll reach out to him. We got a lot of people that we're going to bring into Rabs after all this is over. But it would be a great opportunity, and not just for the kids. I mean, for everybody to get an opportunity.
For me.
Yeah. Melissa.
It's like this isn't selfish hour.
No, it's not. But look at he spoke to. I think he answered questions in a great way, and he's great. I'm not gonna go on. I loved his idea about creating an event locally that these kids could still look for. So Mel, I'm gonna text you later with some ideas. We're gonna make a little group chat of some stuff I have going on in my head.
Another group chat.
Yeah.
We need another
group chat
because we don't have enough group chats around.
But
around this place.
yeah, I have a great idea for an event.
All right. And we do have some great events. Hopefully, by the time the summer ends, we've got our overnight tournament that we're excited that we're hoping to get off the ground. That's still on the books. And then, by the time the season comes around, we'll be qualifying youth bowlers for the 21 championships. But I think I love the idea too. So let's crack at it and build something. And hopefully it's sometime soon. Melissa, so now, Melissa, you had the opportunity in the beginning of all this to join us in the studio. And now you're at home. That might be a first. Oh no, it's not. Joe Bruno actually did this.
Yeah.
Also. So Melissa, thank you. How are you feeling? How are you holding up?
Yes. How you doing, Mel?
I'm doing okay. Hanging in there. Bored as anything, but
how's therapy going?
Getting stronger every day. I'm up to 5 pounds on my biceps and
All right,
triceps.
girl. Good.
I can't pick up a bowling ball, but we'll get there eventually.
It's almost like so you don't, not that you're not missing bowling because nobody's bowling. So
Yeah, I know.
It's time to rehab and not have to worry about missing it.
It's been 17 months.
Yeah, well, I know.
And she's not counting.
Than that. No, she's
Oh,
not.
no.
She's not keeping track.
No.
And a 5-pound bowling ball, we've learned, doesn't do anything.
Listen, I've ordered tools that I can do, so I'm good. I've got my bowling buddy, I got my orb, so I'm working.
Yeah, so
doing what I can.
The bowling buddies are from Eileen's Bowling Buddy, right? Is it eileen'sbowlingbuddies.com?
Yep.
Yes.
And they're silicone, right?
Yeah.
They're silicone weighted bowling pins and balls and to hold on to and practice with. And so if anybody, we use them here. They're great tools. But if you wanted to use them at home, that's great. Where are the orbs from?
Yeah, that's
that's Bowl You by Rick Benoit.
Oh, so it's
right. Rick Benoit, right.
Bowlu.com, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, so what do you do with the orb? Talk about the orb.
Same type of thing.
So the orb is, you pretty much want to stay behind it and keep it rolling like this, because it's literally like this big, and it looks like a flying saucer almost.
Yeah.
So some tools if you want to go spend a few bucks.
Yeah.
Some great tools that you can use at home, but then also, I mean, put them in your bag or your utility bag in your boat when you come bowling, because they're great.
Yeah.
They're great assets to have.
We use them here. We have a whole bag of tricks that we use here.
Mm-hmm.
In the One Coaches group chat, they're very excited to all test out their orbs. So I'm excited to see. I think you guys should share pictures of practicing at home with their orbs and getting fit. So. Hey, Melissa, go have fun. Go enjoy it. It's nice out now.
Yeah, the sun
It's
came back.
sunny.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, thank you for dropping in.
Thanks, Mel. I miss you.
I miss you guys.
We miss you.
I have to come steal my child soon, though.
Yeah. And we also saved the packaging in case you want to send it back. I mean, you're not going to send them back.
Who
He
would
still
do
has
that?
sand on him. We didn't,
Yeah.
he's very zen-like now.
He's very, very zen. He's
gonna smell now. So
No, I don't-
pretty.
This is not really smoke. It's weird. It's mist. No, he doesn't smell.
Yeah. After another, 20 days, maybe.
And if he does, it'll be so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come and claim your child anytime. 4th. He has to at least stay with us
Yes,
through
so
May
May
4th.
May the
That's
4th.
fine.
Okay. And then you can come claim him. All right. Hey, we'll catch you later. All right. Good seeing you. We miss you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Melissa was so excited to when you had told her that Dr. Dean was coming.
Yeah, I don't listen. We're definitely fangirls. So
We didn't give them the memo though for Formal Friday, did we?
no.
Yeah. It's all right.
No.
The next time we have a guest on a Friday, we should probably give them the memo.
We will.
Now that we're going to embrace the Formal Friday, this is not 100% formal, but it's much more formal than
we have been
we
previously.
have. My dry cleaning bag is like empty. Sorry, Joe. Joe was watching before, but I have some, but it's not like it's not my usual
Not like usually.
dry cleaning. So this is the first time another shirt has come on that's going to go in dry cleaning. Well, thank you, Dr. Dean. Thank you, Melissa. That was great.
He's wonderful.
I also got to say just a couple shout outs. It's May 1st Decision Day.
Yes, it is. We had some of our graduating seniors posting on Facebook about their decisions or what their choices were. So it's an exciting day for them, and it's nice for them to have that.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not what we're used to, and I get that. But they've all been embracing to the best of their ability, and I congratulate all the kids. Jason was with us a couple weeks ago, and he had talked about it then, but he officially committed to William Patterson, which is awesome. And so congratulations to him.
Congratulations.
And the others. I know there are some that are undecided too.
Yeah.
Maybe they made a commitment to College of Staten Island to start off and venture out somewhere, moving on, and plenty of opportunities, and take this next step. This is, if you haven't sat home and really thought about the next steps, I mean, this is the best opportunity to do so and take it all in, and come back and watch this video with Dr. Dean, because he has some great advice that anybody could apply. And not just, but really, you could apply that
for
to
life. It applies in life.
So congratulations to the seniors. We know this isn't the senior year you signed up for. I also like seeing the lawn signs. Congratulations.
That was a very nice. That some
senior
of the
class.
Some of the high schools went and did that on their own.
Yeah, they just dropped off.
And some parents have stepped forward and done it for their own kids. But yeah, it was a nice. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, and Brian mentions here our very own Jessica Fedek with transferring to Wagner College. We couldn't really talk about it before, so we're happy that she made that decision, and she's excited to. And we know that she's excited to be a part of the new women's bowling team there. So, congratulations to Jessica and all the seniors. Really, I know the schools have all talked about being able to celebrate them however they can.
Yes.
And so,
they were trying to work towards some sort of something.
We like watching these youngsters go and become adults.
Yeah.
They've already come adults. I mean, it's
Yeah,
senior year. You're
they,
adulting.
They take sometimes a little bit of a different road, but they, everybody's road is their own. So,
and if you caught the beginning of the show, we got a little shout out. Say thank you to our friends Todd and Mike at Gotham Trinity Productions. They put together our new show opener and closer, and we're excited. How fancy is that?
It was fancy. That's how I ended up singing.
Right.
She
was singing to the music.
Bopping to the music.
So if you missed it, you'll get to catch it on the rebounds or tomorrow or rewind. But we appreciate them and the work that they do.
Yeah.
They're great.
Great
guys.
job. Great job.
Great job. And thank you for making us feel like even more professional.
Well, once we got the extension, once we were renewed, it was just bound to be,
It's real.
It's real. And that's what we do here. We keep it real.
We do. I mean, we try to the best of our ability, but
and sometimes it's kind of goofy, but
we keep it real. We're keeping it real. Hey, so somebody's asking, and I'll talk about that tonight. If for those that were watching the other day, we were talking about virtual bingo, and so tonight the North Shore Rotary Club is hosting a bingo night, virtual bingo, where I'm live today, and we're going to be live again tonight.
You've got a busy day.
Busy day, yeah. I'm not leaving this place, apparently. I think I'm going to eat lunch and dinner here today. I even brought wine for tonight.
I'm not surprised.
Come on, bingo, wine, it all goes together. So if you go to...
I had my months full of wine last night.
So I have a new co-host for tonight for bingo.
Yes.
Nazareth is going to be home because she can't stay here all day and night. Christine Dehart's going to join us in the studio.
Will you be here in the studio, right here?
We're going to change it up.
Okay.
Because we also have to change it up because we're going to move outdoors tomorrow.
We are moving outdoors.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry. You're talking about bingo.
Bingo, virtual bingo. It's $10 to buy a bingo card. Go to the North Shore Rotary Club Facebook page, which would then drag you over to our website. And on the website, you'll be able to purchase the bingo card. So it's I'm going to put it on the bottom, northshorerotary.org, backslash. I know I talk fast, but is that really what the problem is?
Yeah, Frank, you talk really fast.
northshorerotary.org /bingo. And it's a bingo night. We're going to give away local restaurant gift cards. If you're playing from out of town, we have non-local restaurant gift cards. We want to support the local businesses that are out there. We've got some cash prizes. I've never done this. It's going to be fun. We're looking forward to it. We got a lot of people that have already paid
awesome.
to play. We're going to have a money raffle, give away some cash. We'll probably play a few games.
Okay. I was going to ask, what's the plan for how many games to do?
It's going to be based on time.
Okay.
We still have people paying and buying cards.
Okay.
So we're really a little unsure of what that's going to look like. It's the first time we're doing it. I don't think it'll be our last.
No, probably not. It's probably going to be a good success.
So if you tune in tonight, it'll be on the North Shore Rotary Club Facebook page. We'll go live at 8:00. You buy a bingo card, you play from home. We'll have as much fun. So go check it out and join us tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to be live from Rabs. Again. Having some fun playing bingo. The only time I've played bingo, Naz and Liz organized bingo on Super Bowl Sunday. The only time I played bingo.
We played commercial bingo in the lounge during the Super Bowl party, and that's a lot of fun. And it's not easy. I mean, it's a lot of keeping track. So I hope you guys are on your game tonight.
Oh, we're ready. We got
a big audience, and I just want to give you a warning that bingo players can be pretty serious.
Oh, they are. And
I don't know if anybody
playing.
saw the episode of Impractical Jokers where Sal just kept calling out bingo, and the people were pretty angry.
Yeah.
But they could be pretty serious. So I will be watching and.
All right. Well, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be different.
What it's all about.
And you know, again, I talked about this last week. But I love the personal conversations with husbands and wives.
that are
and so
going back and
I'm
forth.
calling out Dennis and Olivia, who are in the same house, both watching the feed. And Dennis is asking Olivia, "Do you want to play bingo tonight?" Well, guess what, Dennis? I received a notification that Olivia already bought bingo cards.
Well, there you go. I guess you're playing bingo. At least she is.
At least she is. She may not let you play with her bingo cards. So you'll print out your bingo cards. You could play online, and we're going to learn. We're learning a lot tonight, so we're going to figure it out. It really is all in fun. We'll raise a few dollars. You know, it's really not about that. It's about a social activity.
I think it's going to be fun. Ray and I will be playing bingo.
Quarantine bingo.
I figured how to hook up. Well, now I'm going to do it in the living room because I had to hook up my computer to my TV for last night. We did a virtual wine tasting, which was great. So I had to hook up my computer to my TV there. So I'm just going to have to move everything over to the living room. But I think I can do it right through Roku.
Yeah, you can.
Yep, it's very simple.
Or your smart TV, like if you want to stream to the TV.
The smart TV has to have a camera in it?
You don't need for this. You don't need tonight. You don't need the camera. Tonight's not a Zoom thing. Tonight is you're just going to watch us. We're not watching everybody.
So I just need I don't need this. Okay.
You're basically gonna, like if you have an Apple
so it's like
TV,
a telecast.
But if you have an Apple TV, you can aircast it to the TV. If you have a smart TV on your device, it'll come up like I don't know what they call it, but I'm gonna call AirPlay, which is the Apple thing, and it goes to your TV. We do it all. I have to say of late because we're home and we want to show off something from my iPad or phone. You hit the little thing and you screen share.
Yeah, you know.
But it depends on the TV.
That? You have to have Apple TV, right?
No.
Do you have to have you have to have when you say if you have Apple TV,
you could do it both ways.
You have to have a box.
Okay, so Apple TV, I happen to have an older one, but it is a box. They have a smaller device now, but yes.
Like the Roku
But our TV, it's a smart TV, also has the capability of streaming right to the TV without the Apple TV. I'm trying to simplify.
I think I think I can do that.
Bingo cards are $10.
Find out tonight.
Money raffle tickets are $5. So quickly. So last night, did we talk about this? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. I just mentioned it.
Yeah, but last night. So talk about last night. You had the little setup, and I got to see a little setup, which was cute. You had your little camera.
Oh, yeah, I made a little romantic dinner.
Shut up, Liz.
I had nice candles set up. Nice. It was nice.
So tonight we have virtual bingo, but last night we did the virtual wine pairing dinner through Venom, which was
really
cool.
nice. Everything got delivered. The little wine bottles that paired with each course. And they had the wine. It wasn't the sommelier. It was whoever.
It was the winemaker.
He was the winemaker.
He was the winemaker was from Italy. It was last night.
I knew he was from Italy.
Right.
I just wasn't sure
and
if
then
he was
in the restaurant with Massimo, who was on our show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was the sommelier, Roberto.
Right. He was a very nice guy.
He is. We know him from Violet's.
Other right.
So if you've gone to Violet's, he was he just was there last night. So I don't know what the deal is.
Right. No, I think
he was the guy. He was awesome. And he really is. When we last saw Roberto, he was already a sommelier. He was going like getting his PhD in alcohol and wine, like to learn more. And he's got so much knowledge.
So did you unwrap the little scroll? So they sent out this thing with an explanation of all the wines, and he made it into like a little story.
Yeah.
Which just was a really nice experience. The food was amazing, but it was not your normal restaurant fare.
No, it was eclectic, which if knowing the menu, all of those things are on his menu.
Yes, they are.
And Massimo talked a little bit about trying to make sure that whatever food he put together for everybody to enjoy was to be able to travel and reheat.
Without.
And I have to say, I shared a photo on our Facebook page of what the package we got on my page, and it was so you got for appetizer, it was venison carpaccio with truffle oil and Parmesan cheese.
Oh, that cheese
was awesome, and it's venison could be gamey, and it was
perfect.
No, it was awesome.
And I'll be honest with you, that was the one thing in that dinner that I was like, I don't know about this. I'm not sure about this.
It was kind of like a wild game dinner.
Yeah,
and then
it definitely was.
4 wines, three red wines, and then a dessert wine. That dessert wine was
very good. I
was
saved
really
one
good.
because by the time we got to that, I was trashed.
Yeah.
So I still have my dessert wine.
We had a group chat with those that were participating in it that we knew, and then on the Zoom call, which there had to be, I think I counted quick, like 36 people within the calls.
Right.
Like in my house, we had 3. You had 2.
Oh yes.
I think it was like 36 people and it could have been more that maybe didn't go on the call.
Right.
Then for dinner, it was a pasta, which was the pasta with wild boar, like a ragu. It was not a sauce or gravy. It was a ragu.
It was delicious.
Wild boar. It was awesome.
Gosh.
And that I've had there, and that is one of my favorite dishes.
Yeah.
And then a rabbit. And the rabbit was really
really good. It was just so funny. I didn't really want to see the name of what I was eating. I just really let me just eat that.
And then they had the menu in there, and then the scroll with the story. So it was really nicely set up. And then the dessert was the Napoleon. I don't know what they call it, but it was like the phyllo dough.
Yeah, he was explaining about how they make that, how he makes it, and it was like a Napoleon, and that's what he called a Napoleon, and it was delicious.
So I know that he talked about doing that again. It's not like, listen, you can't replace an in-restaurant experience doing wine tastings and pairings, which I've had the opportunity to do. The last one was right before Pasta Vino turned over. And for the price, last night, the dinner was $70.
Right.
You can't argue the amount of food.
No.
The portions were huge. The amount of, and the
by
wine.
By the time I got to the third course, I was full.
Yeah.
I was full. I have probably a half of each of ours is sitting at home.
Us too. We've got some rabbit left over, so
that's
just something that's hard to recook. But I mean, I'll throw it in the oven.
Try it.
I have to say, if you look for it's Venom NYC is their Facebook page. They keep doing different things. The food is awesome. Massimo Salute, great job.
Nice small business owner, and he's doing a great job. Trying to stay current, trying to stay relevant.
That's what when he was on the show with us, he talked about that. Yeah. So check him out. And we know he's going to do more of those. Again, it's the funny thing on the call, everybody was piping in, it's kind of like the new normal. It's sad in a way, but it was a great opportunity to have some fun at home versus the traditional. Yeah. So anyway, we can digress.
That was last night.
That was last night.
That was a little bougie. Sorry, people.
That was bougie, but I will tell you, it was worth it. Thank God we started early.
Oh,
we didn't wait till 7 o'clock because we got the food. We got the food a little bit earlier, so we started because there was no way all that food can be consumed in that period of time.
Oh, that's why. And
plus, we wanted to go watch TV.
Yeah, well,
we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Dr. Jean. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Thank you.
Episode 41. This has been fun. We're here until further notice. Tomorrow, Naz. Tomorrow.
Listen, we can barely get through today, and now we're talking about tomorrow.
We have to because
Joe Cal is back. Thank God. We love when Joe Cal is here, and it is Pro Bowler Saturday. Pro Bowler Hall of Famers.
Yeah, they're both Hall of Famers.
Linda and Chris Barnes will be joining us, and I mean, what else do you say? Another power couple in the bowling industry.
The Barnes.
The Barneses.
The apostrophe after the
S.
Not an extra S. So tomorrow, be sure to tune in. We're going outdoors. And if you're home, you might be participating in the Oscar Mayer cookout, front lawn cookout. So, which I think it's a great way for people to talk with their neighbors from a distance and enjoy the nice. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day. We don't know how this is going to work outside, but we're going to figure it out tomorrow when we start setting up. And I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're watching and you haven't liked our page, like our page, subscribe on the YouTube channel so you get the notifications that Naz and Frank want to talk to you or want you to listen to us and our guests, of course, right, Naz?
Of course. I mean, really, we're just window dressing for the real stuff.
Because you know what, Naz? What do we do here?
We keep it real, Frank. We keep it real.
Oh, Naz.
That was awesome.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.